cloud. All right. For those of you who are on here now, welcome. We're going to do something a little different tonight. This is June 13th, the Learn and Earn with Molly and Team Onward. So if you're here live, welcome. And if you happen to catch the replay, welcome too. And if you're not on our team and you're watching this on my YouTube channel, welcome. We always hope that we provide enough things, sometimes some brutal honesty, which there's nothing wrong with that, about exactly what goes on in the business and what it takes. And lately, I feel like we have been doing good things, going over the products, and we are going to go over products for what's coming in campaign 16. A lot of good things coming with that. And recognition is always a great thing. But I find that lately in the hour and a half, we have to sometimes revisit what we're doing out there and what we're not doing too. So let me be honest about that. So I'm going to send the recognition out as I always do, but we're not going to spend a lot of time on that because we're in the flux of summer here. And we all know summer, it's real easy. The kids are home. You're trying to keep up with your jobs. You're going on vacation. We have Father's Day coming. There's 4th of July. And sometimes things slack, and then you wonder come September where your business is and what happened to it in the last couple of months. And that doesn't mean that you don't get to enjoy your life, because that's why you do this. So, when you get your business to a certain place, hey, cutie, when you get your business to a certain place, the great thing is a lot of your customers help run your business themselves, because the books are going out through campaign mailer, or you're mailing them out, or you're delivering the books, whatever that looks like for you, and people are shopping. But we have a lot of new representatives who are going to be watching this, and they're not on here live now, and it could be in Avon Nation or just in our team. And I think what you need to know is, especially in the beginning, and here's newsflash. Beginning doesn't mean, oh, you just started 3 weeks ago. Oh, you're in the beginning too, okay? You're in the beginning too. But I'm talking about the first year of your business. Yeah, sometimes it's longer than that, according to how you're doing things and how consistent you are. A lot of people hear direct sales and they just think, got a website, got an e-store, got that. Everybody, I'm gonna announce it once and I'm doing it. And then everybody's gonna go to my site and everybody's gonna make me President's Club in 3 months. And I'm gonna be making 40% on almost everything. And that's gonna be good. Well, when you figure out if you think it works that way and it does for you, could you let me in on the secret? Because that's not how it happened for me at all. It did. And for anybody who has listened to a lot of our leaders, a lot of our top sellers on here, that this can be one of the hardest things, because if you're not consistent, it's not going to turn into something else. I watch people get very flustered, but they get caught up in the wrong things. Does that make sense? Like, you get caught up in the fact that you share something, and because you share something, you feel like there's crickets out there, right? Nobody's liking it. Nobody's asking you any questions. You think social media is the answer to all your sales. I'm here to tell you something. Unless you have 100,000 followers, it is not the answer to all your sales. It is not. I am a firm believer in building your online sales. I'm a firm believer in social media. Y'all know I call myself out all the time. I am a social media hoe for you guys, okay? I share what I share. I give it to you. I put it in the groups. We're doing the texting where we're making sure that you get everything, okay? I love the socialization of social media if I can cut the drama out that you see all the time. If you can cut the politics out, it's all good. If you can cut the things out, you gotta know how to stay focused. And this is what happens. Just because they don't like it, just because they haven't commented, And just because they didn't jump right to the order button does not mean they're not watching you. But I am probably almost next week, I will be 59 years old. And maybe I'm just too old school, but I'm a people person and I like to make connections with people. And I believe our business is about people. It is about when you get to know them and you know what they like and you know what they don't like. I love to pay attention to what people order. For instance, okay, hold on. Like I got back and I had to print off like my invoices and stuff for my customers, right? And some of these people were online. And you know, you think you know these people really well until you see what they order, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I never even thought about introducing them to this or that. So I have a lady who has been a friend for years down in Seneca, South Carolina. And it didn't surprise me that she is a firm believer in, like, she loves the ultimate line, loves the ultimate line. So of course she got her products for that, the day cream, the night cream. She also got the dermo cleanser, the physio gel, she got that. And then she got the F&G Glimmer brow definer. And she also got the cream eyeliner. Can I be honest with you? She's been my customer for 8 years. I don't think I have ever sent her anything to do with makeup. And I should pop myself in the side of the head. I really should, because if she cares about her skin that much, why wouldn't I introduce her to? Why wouldn't I say, hey, do you use eyeliners? Because if you do, let me tell you about ours that we have now. As Avon is repackaging stuff, conversations about a certain product can sometimes open up a field for you. Sometimes, guys, it's way too broad just to say, hey, I'm an Avon representative right now. And you know what? Here's my e-store. Because no offense, we have 208 pages in the brochure. That's a lot for people to take in. Now, I'm a fan of that, because for everybody who doesn't want our skincare, for everybody who doesn't want our makeup, we have home products. We have all of these things that we could turn anybody onto. I look at what they just, the new the dog feeder they have, the water carrier, where you can I just thought, Avon, thank you so much. You're coming out with stuff that if I have a pet lover, they're going to love this if they're walking their dog. There are so many different things out there that I feel like sometimes we just say, let me let them make up their mind about what they want, and let's not introduce it. A lot of people don't have a group for their customers online. That's okay. You don't have to on Facebook. A lot of people are not Facebook people. But if you are a Facebook person, why don't you have a group? I mean, if you're on there where you are contributing to it all the time, why don't you, where you can actually invite people in, you can center in on what you're making sure that you know what you want them to know that we have. For instance, in campaign 14, look, it was all about the mascara and the brow liners and the fillers. And I get to thinking, there's so much that they gave us in the what's new about this, and even in the brochure, not to mention that they can get the free full-size VDL eye primer, right? They can get that. There is so much that you can say, and if it's in your group, it doesn't get lost in everybody else's posts. I know that in my group, I hold raffles. And I don't mean just about makeup or anything. Like, I actually, once a campaign, will be like, I will get a jar and I will put lip balms in it. And I will be like, how many lip balms are in this jar? You know, how many are in here? And let them start guessing. And then I'll sit here and I'll count it out at the end of the campaign in front of everybody. And the person who's closest gets a deluxe sample packet of things that we have. And see, my deluxe sample packet now is much larger than just the skincare and the fragrance that they started giving us. Now that our makeup's back, I make sure that, you know, they're getting the VDL eye primer, which, by the way, if somebody had gotten that and then saw they could get a free full-size one, that would have turned them onto it. I'm the person who's taking the washer sheets and putting them in separate bags and making sure they get that. I'm the person who's going to take a bug guard wipe and put in that deluxe because I want to touch their life in every way that I can. It doesn't have to be something that costs you a lot of money. A lot of people go, oh no, you're going to do a $35 basket. No, 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 no. When I first started this business, I couldn't do things like that. But I think we have to start thinking, what can we do? Let's go back for just a minute. I've been in this business a little over 18 years now, and with one company, with Avon. So when I first started and there was no social media, my customers knew because I put a little note thing. And matter of fact, it wasn't a note, it was a label. I put a label on the front of my book that said, for every $25, and this was back then, so remember, I was a youngin', for every $25 that you spend with me in a campaign, I'm going to give you an entry to a mystery grab bag. But here was the key for me. The mystery grab bag was something that was coming out of the what's new. So what that meant was it was not in a brochure yet, right? So maybe it was a face wash, and I would tell them that it would be worth at least $10 or more, and that was back then. Now with the prices of everything, you realize you could probably say more. And what would happen is if somebody spent $50 with me, they got 2 entries. If back then, not a lot of people spent $75 with me, but I had a few that spent 75 and 100, and I would put this label every single time. You know what happened? My customers knew. When they would call and give me an order and their order was $23.37, I would say to them, you know, you're going to miss the entry for the every $25 to earn my what's new mystery bag. I said, do you want to spend a few more dollars on a lipstick or something so that you have an entry in there? And they would always, I swear to you, always say yes. But here was the great thing. They would pick another item, and now instead of their order being $25, now their order was like $28 or $29 because they picked something else they needed, a shower gel, whatever it was. It may have been $4.99. Now their order was bigger. And a lot of times I would do something like, we had a lot of like the pineapple cutters and things like that. And those are the things that I would make it amazingly special in my eyes. So, and then whoever the winner was, it would be, hey, campaign 4 winner was Sharon from Waldorf, Maryland, who won page 37, the pineapple cutter. So now they're turned into 37. What did Sharon win? Oh, wow, it's a pineapple. Or, oh, wow, that's a new face cream. Or, oh, wow, look at that new eyeshadow quad. Whatever it is, you've got to think of some ways to not only invest in your customers, but guys, invest in your business, period. Invest in your business. We find too many representatives who have not even put their foot in the door to even start their business. And believe it or not, if you're watching this and you think that Avon's supposed to be giving you the customers, and I need you to know, you're not alone if that's what you thought. You just thought somebody, maybe your mentor or somebody, was just going to hand over 4 of their customers to you and go and get you started out. And let me tell you a story. Nobody starts out like that, okay? I didn't start out like that. Sharon didn't start out that way. I can tell you that every customer I had was somebody that I had to have communication with. A lot of it started because I had brochures. A lot of it started because I just simply opened my mouth and I talked about what I did. In this day and age, it's okay to let people know what you're doing. And if you don't, they don't know. Now, if you're going to run around and maybe get a piece of Scotch tape and you're going to put your business card on your head that says Avon and that this is what I'm doing, then everybody you walk up to is going to go, oh my gosh, you sell Avon? You're going to be like, well, yeah, how'd you know? Well, you got a business card on your head. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing that, That's great. That's not going to happen. Now, back in the day, we all used to have t-shirts made up, and Avon for a little while sold them, and at convention time they normally do that. I didn't look, I don't run around all the time with an Avon shirt on, but let me tell you what I did. I had a little name tag made up that said Molly. Yeah, yeah, independent sales rep. And when I wasn't working at my job, the first thing I did was put that little magnetic bad boy on. When I went into the store, I made sure I had 3 or 4 brochures with me. And I have to tell you, it worked. I could have my hat on that said Avon. I could have my shirt on that said Avon. Sometimes the conversation started because of the shirt I had on, which was an Avon shirt that didn't say Avon, and somebody wanted to know where I got that shirt or where I got the earrings at, or, oh, wow. Or how about now? We even have things like reading glasses right now. Seriously, they see it, they see the style, they want to know where you got it. You've got to think of a way, and it's not the same for everybody. I learned very quickly that I had to try everything. You know what did they say? I am somebody who knows many ways how to do something, but the truth of the matter is I'm the master of none. But I will try anything to get it out there. I will try anything to make sure people know. I remember vendor events. Let's talk about it for just a second. Not that you have to have a vendor event every weekend, but if something came up at a church and they had tables for $10, now that's probably $20, $25, and I could take Bug Guard and I could take deodorants, not a lot, some, or how about just brochures in a small basket that I could raffle off if they provided their information on the raffle sheets that I gave them, and be able to work up a conversation and hand them a brochure. Those are things that got it done for me. Signs on my car. Yes, signs will get it done. If it says that you are an Avon representative, no lie, I have had people get out of their car at a stoplight, knock on my window. I thought I was going to get jacked, okay? I thought, oh my Lord, here it comes. They gonna take my car. What are we gonna do here? And they were like, do you have an Avon brochure? And they're looking like, oh, hurry up, the light's gonna change. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I got an Avon brochure here. I would give them the Avon brochure because they were seeing something that interests them. Sometimes you can get magnets, sometimes very cheaply you can get signs made at Vistaprint. I guess my question to you to really ask yourself is, how badly do you want more customers? What are you willing to do? Are you willing to take your business card or flyers and take them to places like laundromats or hair salons or nail salons? Are you willing to put these up on boards where the Sheetz and the Dash-Ins and the 7-Elevens and all of these restaurants sometimes have business boards? And are you willing to take the time and be consistent to let people know what you're doing? That would be my question, because I get hit with the same thing. I guarantee you no less than 5 times a campaign. And look, not just by newer representatives, sometimes by representatives who say, how do you keep getting customers? How do you get people to join your team? Because I stay consistent with doing the things that feel like to me in the moment that I'm doing it, that it's not really making a difference. But the more I do it, the more seeds I plant. What happens? Suddenly, boom, here comes the burst of a customer. Suddenly, boom, somebody is asking, oh, wow, do you still say, I think you gave me a book like 2 months ago. I don't even know if the book's still good, but I meant to order. And now the conversation's open. And I am letting them know, yes, I'm here. And yes, we will get whatever we can out of that brochure, but I'm going to get you a new brochure too. This is one of the reasons why you will hear on a lot of my YouTubes that I'm a firm believer that every campaign, you should be ordering at least a pack of brochures, if not more. And I mean a pack of brochures that you know you can genuinely give out to people that you come in contact with. I hear people say, well, I can't do this in my work. I can't do this. You don't have to do it in your work. But you know what? You can certainly go out to the car when you're walking out together, or you're walking out of the building together, and you can hand them an Avon brochure if they want one. When you're looking at that Avon brochure at lunch in the lunchroom, because that's what you've chosen to look at, it's not like, again, you going down the hallway with this on your head, right? Again, there are ways that you can let people know what you're doing. And I'm telling you, you will have some of those people become your customers. You will have people who will say, can you really make some extra income with us? And you can say yes. But guys, you can't say yes if you're not making the extra income. Because how are you going to tell them that they can do it if you are not already doing it and sharing so you can share what you do? I don't know. I've been bothered by this all week. I was putting together the PowerPoint on Thursday, and all excited with what everybody had done. And you guys are killing it, and I am so proud of you for the ones who are out there who keep trying, even if you feel like your numbers are not big enough. Really, really, really proud of you guys. But I have to tell you, there are those who are still looking for the big windfall. This is not a big windfall. This is a big build, is what it is. And it's one customer at a time. Quit thinking, somebody will say, Molly, I'm going to get 10 new customers this campaign. And, I'm like, go girl, you go, you go. I can't help myself because I'm like, I want to see that for you. But truth is, my very first campaign, my order was $53. And I thought all my family and friends would buy from me at least once. And they didn't. I had to sell $50 then to make anything. My order was $53. By the time I bought brochures with that little bit of money I make, it was a huge awakening for me that I had to get out there, and that I was going to have to start contacting and talking to people besides the people I thought who were going to support my business. I just need to say that. And you're going to have some who will support your business, but you can't expect one customer to buy from you every single campaign. That doesn't happen. And let me tell you, still to this day, 18 years, do you know I still have family members who have never once bought anything from me? Serious, listen to me, not a bug guard, not a lipstick, not a skin so soft oil, not a lip balm, not those awesome Christmas decorations. And I was offended for the first couple of years, okay? I realized those people are who they are. They're not my customers, right? So I had to go out of my comfort zone. And that's when I decided every neighborhood I could become a part of, every time I went into a neighborhood, I was putting books, whether it be in people's hands, people's driveway. When I went to the post office, I had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books. I was handing them to people. I'm your local Avon representative. When I took my kids to the doctors, I took brochures and gave them to the nurses. When I went and got myself, I was out of peanut butter and I had to go buy peanut butter. The cashier got it. I drop off a couple of where the managers were standing. All they can say is no, thank you, if they don't want it. But you are never going to know if you do not step forward and at least try. At least you never ride a bike if you don't go try. If you don't fall down once, I'm jealous, okay? I'm jealous because I fell down many times on that bicycle, okay? Always scraping my knees. There is such potential in what we have here. And I'm not even going to talk to you about doing this full time and never having to do anything else, because that is not the majority. The majority is an added income. When I started Avon, wow, was I a hot mess? I'm still a hot mess, but not nearly the hot mess I was. Okay, I can say that. And the truth of the matter is, I needed help with my van payment. I couldn't buy my kids a Happy Meal. I couldn't do anything. And I already had a full-time job and I was so bogged down. When I decided to give this a chance, the truth of the matter is it made not a big, huge difference in the beginning, but the first time I had a $300 or $400 order, it became like, wow, wait a minute. Here's the extra $100 that I need to be able to pay my car insurance. These are things, and in today's inflation, guys, today's gas prices, right now, I'm looking for new customers. Even though I have many, I want new customers that I can be like, I can make your life easier. We have home products. You don't have to go to CVS or Walgreens to get that lipstick, to get that mascara, whatever it looks like. I've got wipes for your kitchen counter. I have got spray soap that can wash your dishes. I have got whatever you need, and you don't have to take the gas to go do it. You can order it from my site. I can bring it to you, because if I'm gonna make the money, I can do this for you. There are just so many ways that you can make this work for you, even in an economy like this. Because here's the truth. If you've got this mindset that says, because of where the economy is right now, you will never sell anything, you're not thinking correctly. Direct sales tends to soar because people don't want to go out, because people know that if they go into the grocery store, they may not get what it is that they want, that they'll probably pay more. And they know when they have a rep that they are looking for the best possible deal that we can get them. Because let's be true. When you're going into the grocery store, you can't go in and go, I'll buy this if you'll give me $1.37 off this gallon of milk. If you can do that, I'm going to buy from you. But if not, I'm going to go over here. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. But they can come to us and we can fill in the gaps for them. So I hope that many of you will think about that. It was Sharon said, I shared my story to somebody on my team just today, reminding them that I did not start out at the top. And Sharon could not be more correct. And it's really easy for you guys to look at me and say, I'm not cut out to do this, because I look at where Molly is and I want to be where Molly is. Well, let me tell you, I was exactly where you were. Matter of fact, embarrassingly enough, some of you think you're at the bottom of the barrel. Dude, I was under the barrel, okay? There's just no other way to say it. They found me under the barrel trying to dig myself out. We all had to start somewhere. Amy, did you have something you wanted to share? I know you got off for just a second. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to tell you, I'm just going to have to leave. I got to take the kids home.
We'll put the replay.
They were supposed to come get them because I told them I couldn't watch them because I had a conference call.
Right.
I have them.
That's
so I got to
right.
take them home now.
Okay. All right. Keep doing
Millie's trying to be center of attention and get your attention.
I know. I'm trying not
she
to.
She was trying to wave to you. Look.
Oh my goodness. Molly. Hi, baby. How are you? Look, you got the phone. Look, they're starting them young now. Oh my goodness, they got the phone. Oh my God.
We try to hide them from them when they're here, but they get them from their parents.
Oh, I know. What is all that? I know. Bye, baby. See you later. Are you gonna play shy? You gonna play shy now?
Yeah.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Take care, Amy.
Bye.
So Sharon, let's talk about your story. Talk about the experience. You said you were talking to somebody on your team. So what brought the conversation up, and what is it that you shared with them?
So earlier, actually, the person is my cousin. She lives in South Carolina. And I had left her a couple of messages about the summer incentive special that we have right now. And she was, and I reminded her how well she did when she made Premiere when she first came in a few years ago. But life happens, things come up. And so she her business was, she just kind of put her business in on the back burner. And I said, you can you have to think of ways and be creative to carve out time. And so we just, one conversation led to another. And I said, because when I really started sharing Avon with her, I had already had a pretty strong business.
Right.
So she didn't know when I first started out how, it was a struggle for me. Well, I set my goal for $150 a campaign.
Right.
But she didn't realize it was a struggle for me to get to that $150, and how encouraging really my mom and my husband was. My mom sold Avon many years ago.
Wow.
And so she was familiar with, one
In
customer
case
at
you
a
all
time.
don't see the list, Sharon is the one right now. You hear her say 150 was her goal to do this. Girl is killing it with 1,000, 1,300. We're talking every 2 weeks, okay? Every 2 weeks.
And so,
getting the trips. Oh my goodness. I mean, who
so
and
it just
I
go
don't
ahead.
think you really thought though, did you, that was going to be where you went?
No, I just had no idea. But I just kept doing what I was doing, and I kept sharing it with everyone. Every chance I had, I took that opportunity. I mean, just anywhere, no matter where I was,
I love that.
I always kept my brochures handy. I didn't give out as many samples, but if I gave samples, I didn't give the brochure. So it was sort of like,
Right.
I'm not gonna do both. Either I'll put a label on the sample and say, well, for more samples or for a brochure, contact me. And I sort of use that as my
I
business
love
card.
that.
And so, it was just one order at a time, and then, getting on calls and just, touching bases with other reps just to see what they were doing
Right.
with their business, and, just trying to figure out how to increase my ticket. When they called and they placed an order, I would always, before I hung up the call, ask them, did they get a chance to see whether or not it was the A box or whatever special I wanted to promote.
I love that. I love that.
I would always ask them, would they like that, to take advantage of this special. So,
Right.
and that's how I built my business. And my cousin she was just so surprised, because she was like, oh, well, with your sales background, I thought you just came in blazing. And I was like, oh, no. And
No.
I had to build this one customer at a time. And, I was blessed, some of my customers, I'm not going to say some of them, because I believe all of them want to see me succeed and be successful, but they want to help me, and I'm just like, I appreciate it, so they'll say, well, my neighbor, I'll take a brochure for her, or, a family member or a church member. So
and I think that's great. And Sharon, and do you think that there is a problem with like asking somebody if they would share it or take it into work with them or take it to church?
Oh, without a doubt, you can ask them, and you'll be surprised how eager they will be to help you. When you ask them for the help, they start thinking about who they could give it to. And then sometimes I've had a few customers that say, oh, no, I can't think of anybody. But then we keep talking. They say, well, you know what? Give me one for my neighbor.
Love that.
And it just kind of grows like that, And like you said, the cross-referencing, selling across collections.
Selling, absolutely.
Yes.
That's so huge. I love that. Hey, and when in doubt, y'all, I use Customer Appreciation Day for everything.
Yes. I've done that as well.
Yes. And when somebody says to me, I'll say, hey, sometimes I love this, Sharon. I'm so glad I bought you one. Sometimes I will just put an extra brochure in their bag. And I'll say, hey, look, I put an extra brochure in your bag because this week is Customer Appreciation Week. And if they place an order with me, let them know they're going to get a free gift.
That's right. That's
right.
right.
And look, guys, it could be a deodorant that I got for free. It could be something out of the Good Buys. And then they're like, and then I say to the person, I said, And if they order, you're going to get a free gift too, because you're the reason they came to me.
Yes.
You all
So you
think that
just have
don't
to be,
work.
yes, and you just have to be like you, those suggestions are fabulous suggestions, and use products that you already have. Don't
Yes.
go out
Yes.
and buy products for this. If you
No.
have something on hand,
No.
use that by all means, and
I
you'd be
love that.
surprised.
I
Yes.
love that. That's 100%. I love that. Guys, sometimes you just got to think, and look, it always gets me. People say, well, I don't know what to say. Well, let me tell you something. Now, don't nobody give it away, because I haven't gone to see it yet. I bet that if you went and saw Maverick at the theater, I bet that if you sat down with me, you would, oh my gosh, Molly, you need to see Maverick. It is, I think it was better than Top Gun. It was the best thing. I want you to think about when it's something you like, when you know you want your girl to go check out that pair of jeans, that pair of shoes, those earrings, whatever. If you pick what you love and you share it with them the way you do life in general. For me, cooking, if I fix a dish and I think it's fabulous, I want to share it with everybody. I want to go, this is easy. It's not expensive. You will love this. Try it. So my deal is, what do you love about Avon? And why aren't you sharing what you do love that we have? Have you even figured out what you love? I mean, for so many of you who are probably watching this replay right now, that you've never placed an order. You're on Sharon's team, you're on my team. You're like, let me give this YouTube just one shot here. And you've gotten this far and you've never even placed an order to get what you might like. You haven't placed an order to say, oh, let me try that Kathy Cat mascara, or oh wow, I didn't realize they had this. Because if you don't know what you love, how are you going to share it? How do you want people to get excited about it? So that is something huge. I would say you want customers, but why aren't you your own best customer? Are you still going to Walgreens to buy your perfume or your eyeliner or your hand soap or your shampoo? Think about this. They don't see it in your bathroom. They come visit you and you've still got Dial sitting on your sink and you don't have our hand soap sitting there. I mean, but then you're going to go to them next week and go, oh my gosh, the hand soap, it's on sale. Girl, you're not even using it in your house and you want me to do it? Oh my goodness. Andrew said my personal order is over $200 this campaign. And because we save money, Andrew, that's so good. I'm like, people come to my house and they're like, oh my gosh, Molly, it's an Avon house. You're right, it is. And here's the truth. If I don't believe in it and I don't like the product, the truth of the matter is, I'm that person. I'm not going to try to sell you. If I don't think that it's up to par, I'm not going to try to sell you that product. But I know one thing, the soap, the dish soap, the dishwashing detergent for the dishwasher, all of that in my bathroom, my candles, all of that is Avon. Thank you very much. So what are you doing to show people that this is something that you really are into? I know this isn't what you expected. I get it. And it's not what I did either. But I've got to tell you, and for all my leaders and sellers who know me, it's been a while since I've done anything like this. But every now and then, we need it. And you noticed I said we need it. You do realize that a lot of the times I'm talking to me, because I get lax just like anybody else does. Here I am, I took 27 brochures with me up to Maryland, knowing I'm going to see all these people I don't see very often. And I had 2 graduation parties to go to. Do you know that first graduation party? I didn't even think about it. I didn't take one brochure in there. I should have popped my own self in the head. Now I went with the same people at the second one, but let me tell you what they all got. I laid them all out on the table. I put a few of the newer samples of things I thought they'd want. I had, because it was outside, I bought 4 containers of Bug Guard with me, okay, and put it out there for people to use. And guess what? Oh, wow, Molly, do you have any more? Do you have that Bug Guard with you right now? Can I get a bottle of that? Think about it. You just don't know. But why would you leave the bug guard at home if you're going to an outside event? Why aren't you taking the wipes or something with you? When people see you using it, you are promoting it without being pushy. They want to know. They're curious. But we get lax. We don't think about that. We don't think that we should be using the product. We don't think that we should be talking about what we love about the product. For me, if a hand soap, it may wash my hands wonderfully, but if it don't smell good, guess what's not going on my hands? I know I'm weird like that, but that's who I am. So Avon just came out with the new ones, the vanilla and coconut. Oh my goodness. I go wash my hands even when they don't need to be washed, just because I like the way it smells. And when I use the Cucina for like the odors and all, I just think it's the best smelling stuff ever. Finally, I had my niece who hadn't bought anything from me. Guess what she bought with the refill bottles to go with it? Because we were sharing. Sharon said when Avon offered the bundle on the detergent, I made sure that I asked all of my customers if they would like to try the products for just $19.99. And I had several takers. Now I have customers ordering the household products. Guys, most definitely, she is 100% correct that when we have these bundles and you can get this stuff for hardly anything, when they try these products, guess what happens? They may not have liked this product over here, or they thought, that's okay. But maybe there's 3 of them in the bundle that they absolutely love. So guess what they're going to buy now? They're going to buy those from you. Why wouldn't they? They're supporting their friend, their family, somebody they want to see succeed, whatever that looks like, and they're getting what they love. So it's huge. Andrew says they all want to use my bug card and hand me back an empty can. That's exactly, they do. But you know what's cool about that though, Andrew? Sooner or later, somebody is going to know they're going somewhere where you're not going to be. And they're going to know maybe they're going on a trip, whatever that is. And sometimes that's my subliminal thing, Andrew. People do that with me too. I get it. I would go to my son's football games and have the bug spray. And you know they was passing it all the way down the line. I'm like, oh my goodness, Andrew, you know what I did? I got right up, had brochures and business cards with me and said, okay, everybody who used my bug guard, this is how you can get your own. Now, look, I was laughing while I was saying it. But the truth of the matter is, I did pick up a couple of customers. Now, would I have loved to have picked up the 23 who used it? Absolutely. But I still have a couple of people in Maryland up there that my son, he graduated with their kids, and they still order it when they know they're going on vacation and everything. I have a lady right now, no kidding, her husband is stationed in Cuba. She just bought $172. I got it all boxed up of bug guard from me, the wipes, because of course they're as big as horses in Cuba. So she uses it all the time. So mailing it to her APO box, she is so thankful. But what I did is I said, hey, I don't know if you know, but now we're kind of into like home products and all. So I put some extras in there for you to try. You let me know. And she goes, oh girl, I love goodies. You know, I'm going to try it. So I love that. So Andrew, believe you got to go one step forward, make them sons of guns, take your stuff. Let me see here. Okay, I think that's it for the message. Oh, wait a minute. Andrew said, love the mesmerized bar soap right now. I'm so glad that they have just bought these soaps back. I get they're not on the rope, but my sons were telling me while I was in Maryland that my one son, of course, has a beard, Anthony, and he uses Fable beard something or other. And he was telling me that they sent him some bar soap, and he normally is a body wash person. And he says, Mom, I loved this bar soap. So I went and got the Vailment pink Himalayan stuff because he says his skin is so rough from working outside. And I said, I need you to try this. And he said, I'm going to try it. I'm thinking to myself, well, my son's never used bar soap, but guess what? They put in a free sample of it because of his order for his beard oil. And now he's like, Mom, I've never ever used bar soap, but I love this stuff. And he was telling his brother about it. So think about that. Think about that. Somebody else is thinking the way we should be thinking. So sometimes think outside the box, y'all. Think, what can you do if you really want to get to, if you've never been to Premier, if you've never had $5,000 in sale, maybe that's your first goal. It's not President's Club, but Premier, getting to 5,000 so that you can be guaranteed the 30%, right? And I mean, and Sharon brought it up. Now we have this summer special that they're giving all of us a chance that we can earn extra money that you end up getting at the end. If you were at Premier, guess what? You're going to know what it's like to earn 40% instead of 30%. But who, boom, wouldn't want to do that? There is so much out there. And look, I know it's a lot. It seems to be lately when they bring stuff, they bring so much, you can't even get your head around it all. What you need to know is when you're out there working your business, you have the ability to sell more. And you know what happens? When you're working it, you don't even understand why you made that extra money. You don't even understand why you got that product bundle. You don't even understand what all those, believe me, Avon doesn't make mistakes like that. It's because you simply worked your business and they rewarded you with these great incentives that they are bringing out right now to earn not hundreds, but thousands of dollars in products. Now you're like, what am I going to do with that? Come on, you know what you're going to do with it. You're going to take it out and you're going to sell it. That's what you're going to do. And guess what? When you earn it and you sell it, it's not 40% commission. It's not 30% commission. It's 100% commission for you. It always gets me, these people who they earn all these products and they don't do nothing with it. It just sits up on a shelf or in a box or something. And I'm like, what are you doing? I see Andrew every single week making these mystery grab bags up, getting ready for these events that he's doing. And some of this stuff is earned and some of this stuff is goodbyes and some of this stuff is he's had, and he's got the samples. He took advantage of the buy one, get two samples, and he's putting the samples in there, and he's got $5 mystery bags. He's got $10. He's got, and he's got the fishing boxes for men, which is so awesome.
$15 for those.
That is so awesome, Andrew, though. Like,
and
okay.
I have some $25, I have some $20 ones and some $30 ones.
And he's putting the product in there, and you know what? It's not just a bag. So guess what? Some kid is going to say, Mom, I want to get Dad. That Dad would like that tackle box. Dad would like this. But when Dad opens it up, Dad could be getting cologne and deodorant and soap and samples of other things that he wants. And you know what turns? Now all of a sudden, Andrew's got a new customer because he didn't just like the tackle box. He loved the stuff that was in it too. There is just so much. Sharon said, this is what I just said today. Just work your business and you will fall in line with these free products. If you're like, I can't figure it out, I don't know what to do, it's okay. Look, if you work your business, you're going to reap the benefits. But if you don't work your business consistently, if you go, oh, well, I did really good in campaign 12, but you know what? Campaign 13 was not so good. I'm not sure this is cut out for me. Are you looking for an excuse to quit? What are you looking for? Because I have to tell you, my campaigns are kind of up and down until I got enough customers in my customer base. I can just happen the other campaign. I had $1,000 campaign, and my next one was like 400 and something. Guys, I know you're like, Molly, I would love a $400 campaign. I get it, but do you understand? There is fluctuation there. It happens. But you know what that does to me? I go, oh no. Well, the next campaign's not going to be that way because I'm getting my order right back on up there. Forget that. Where is that intestinal fortitude? Where is it that tells yourself that you're going to win at this? You're going to choose to win. You're going to choose not to quit and just throw your hands up in the air and say, I can't. Because you can. It's just, do you want to? Do you want to? And if you don't want to, look, I'm not judging you, but many of you keep coming to watch these replays and you're like, I'm not really doing anything with it. Oh, I should do that. Quit saying I should and just do it. Just do it. Quit worrying about getting it right. Quit worrying about getting it perfect. Quit worrying about you're not doing it exactly how Molly or Sharon or Andrew or anybody said. Just go out and do it and work your business. And it starts with first making sure you're using your own products, making sure that you believe in what you're selling, making sure you believe in the opportunity, making sure that you really have a need. And even through your job, your kids, and everything else, that's another good place too. Oh, childcare facilities where all the moms are coming in all the time. I don't take my kids anymore, but you think I don't stop at the day? I stop. How do you get in? Okay, here we go. Customer Appreciation Day, y'all. I go into these places. I have 3 or 4 bags of deluxe samples. And when I say that, it just means more samples than normal. And I go in and say, who's running this place? Who's running this place? Who's doing this? I wanted to bring some brochures for you and your clients because it is Customer Appreciation Week for me. And here are some free samples for you for letting me put this in your facility. Would that be okay? Just hand them to you and you get them to people. I have never had anybody tell me no, unless there was another Avon rep there already. And that's a completely different story. There isn't any place you shouldn't be able to go to do this for sure. Sharon just said, as Les, I love me some Les Brown. As Les Brown says, you have got to be hungry. When you get hungry enough, you'll start trying some of these suggestions out. Absolutely. But if every time you hear Sharon share something, every time you hear what Andrew or when Janae is on here sharing, whatever it is, if every time you do that, you have an excuse for why it won't work for you, the problem isn't that you're not getting help. Here's some truth for you. You don't want the help. If you're looking for a way to fail, just don't do anything. Don't do anything. But you're showing up and you're curious and you're listening. I know you want more than you think. You're just scared to admit it. You want this. I know you do. So you got to do it. You got to do it. So, I'm not going to keep harping on you guys. I'm just not. I felt like I needed a kick in the butt. And I thought, well, surely if I need a kick in the butt, somebody else must need it a little bit too. But what happened through all of this is a bunch of ideas that we have been using for years just came out in all of this, you know? Sharon has been helpful. Andrew has been helpful. And I know it's summer and I know you're busy. I get it. You're trying to spend time with your kids. Gas is high. What you going to do? Help your gas out a little bit. Remember, Avon delivers those products to you. Why don't you have a little yard sale with what you have? Put your yard sale stuff out there, but put your Avon products out there that you have. Put some brochures out there. Start a conversation with people and start defining relationships with people, because then when a relationship is started, they want to help you with any goal that you may have, and maybe take brochures to their church or to their work or to their family outing, especially when they get that bottle of bug spray from you and everybody wants to know why they're not getting bitten and everybody else has got welts the size of silver dollars, right? So all of this, I hope, has helped you 100%. Please remember, what was I, we're not even going to, I'm not going to keep you longer. We were going to go into campaign 16, but we can do this in the next campaign. It's a lot of skincare that's involved. This is going to be the front of 16, so that you know, there it is. A lot of skincare information, a lot of brand finders for what the comparison is. We have a new lip lacquer that's coming in. The jewelry is amazing as usual, but you all already know. The fashion, we have more fashion, and boy, they are summer favors. I love this. And we also have, let me tell you about the Homestar bundle. The Homestar bundle You're going to buy it for most of you, no more than $31. You're going to get some free products with this, and you're also going to get award sales for $38.99. And a couple of these things are also the new ones too. They now have the cooktop cleaner and polish that's coming. Can't wait to try that. So Bug Guard stuff is still out there. Get yourself some Bug Guard. Also, the buy one, get two free for samples is still out there. I'm not going to quit talking about it. That's for sure. So we'll go after that. But I love this, and we can't get it in the What's New. The 5-piece set that's going to be on the back of the catalog for only $24.99. It's going to have the Summer Turquoise Collection, necklace, bracelet, and earrings over $51, a bottle of Haiku perfume, and the Esonox Clinical Revitalize and Reveal Advanced Wrinkle Corrector. 5-piece set for $24.99. Get this with any $20 purchase. This is what it looks like here. Absolutely gorgeous set, but we can't get it to show, but you know what we can do? We can talk about it, and this is going to be on the back of the brochure. So make sure you check that out, and you can check it out online or if you get one in your order. Okay, and don't forget, we still have the Solaire going on for any of the sun protection. If you're selling any of this, the Solaire or the sun protection line, you need to send me a screenshot by email to showing how many you got, okay? And you're going to get an entry, and we are going to make sure that we give out some great things for that, okay? So Andrew, do you got something for me?
Sorry, I was just talking to Nick really quick. So I posted a question. My struggle that I'm having, I know, like I'm doing better getting contact and conversation and getting books out. My name tag has made it actually easier for areas where I had to be more discreet.
Okay.
But what I'm struggling with is getting contact information for follow-up. And a lot of it is because there's not a lot of time, because it's usually like a checkout line or something where it's very quick. There's very little time to talk. So I need to find a quick way to get that contact information when I have very limited time.
Well, I will tell you the best way I do it is I hand them, I ask them for their name and their phone number and send them the shuffle card. That's what I do, but that's just me. A lot of people, old school is keep a Post-it on there, and don't ask them for everything, Andrew. Put the Post-it on there, ask them to write their first name and their phone number, and you'll send them a link to your brochure. Because remember, now it's click and buy, because the digital brochure is back and they can click and buy. So I know to a lot of people that's real old school, but I'm gonna tell you it still works because I do it. So if you
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was like saying, I feel like I'm really underutilizing my Shuffle app lately, and I think I need to remember that I have that. So I find that they feel more comfortable using that than they do the.
I have a card
faster.
that's made up in Shuffle automatically with all my information, and I say, what's your first name? What's your number? I'm going to send you my virtual business card right now. And I said, and you're going to see it. It's going to come up. And I said, I'm going to send it right to you. And I got to tell you, I don't have people who have a problem with it.
Yeah, I'll hand them my phone so they can fill it out, and they feel comfortable and empowered that it's.
They're letting you do it.
They're in charge.
Yeah, but that, or like I said, or because look, I just tear the Post-it off of the book, take the Post-it and leave them with the brochure. Some people just keep a package of Post-its with them, or a little notebook and I just say, hey, scribble this down. I don't want to hold up the line, but I want to make sure that you get, I will text you for your address and drop that brochure off if you don't have one. Where there's a will, there is a way in order to get that from somebody and to them. And for those who maybe don't want to, the cool thing is that's okay too, because what we hope for people like that, Andrew, is if you have given them a brochure, you hope that you've planted a seed that somewhere in the next few weeks or even sometimes months, is going to produce a new customer for you.
Yeah,
I would
I get a
love
lot.
to-
I get a lot of forgetful people
Yeah.
that you have to remind them. They're so excited, but they're so busy they forget. So I think that should be my primary goal for the campaign. Nothing else. Just use the shuffle app to get that contact information. So that way
Yeah.
they have mine, I have theirs, and I can follow up with them.
That's huge.
And calling over texting works better. I get more responses from a phone call than a text message.
I do too. I have a lot of customers now. They would prefer that. And I still shuffle with my campaign, with my latest campaign, just to remind people all the time, hey, look, it's time to order. It's time to order. My order's going in. Here's a link to the brochure. And here are my highlights. I always pick 3 or 4 things and put on there. So, I mean, shuffle is good. But again, I don't want everybody to think this is the only way that you have to do this. Think about how you could get it. And don't think you're a loser if you don't always get the information. Sometimes people just aren't going to give it to you. It's just that simple. They just don't want to, and they just don't want to be mean and tell you they don't want to. But that's why I try to have the brochures ready, because if I have a couple of brochures, I can hand them that. And if they don't, and then I just keep my fingers crossed thinking, even if they bury it under the homework papers, eventually they're going to run across this. And that's another reason, so everybody knows, FYI, I do not date my brochures when they are not established customers, because I don't want them to pick up that book in 2 months and go, oh, well, I'm not going to order from them because this book's not
I
any
started
good.
writing now on mine.
That's very good. I love that when I saw the lady do that. That's 100% great. I just am lazy. I don't put nothing on there, but I do like that idea. So again, where there's a will, there's a way. And don't forget that if you're watching this, you do have the ability. If I could give you one word of advice, quit watching what everybody else is doing. Watch the things they're doing, but quit watching where they're at and beating yourself up because you're not there. Be an achiever from where you are. Be worried about making a step forward from where you are right now, even if you're at the beginning, even if you feel like you've been in this 6 months and you haven't done anything yet, then take a step forward to be a little bit more proactive in your business. And if you do this and stop watching what everybody else is doing and achieving, what will happen is you will be concentrated on your own success, because social media these days can be really intimidating when it comes to our business, to see what this one's doing and that one's doing, and they're achieving this and they're achieving that. We are always happy for people who achieve. But for me, sometimes I'm happy to get up and not trip putting on my pants. Okay. Can we just say that? And sometimes I celebrate that. Other times I celebrate the fact that I stayed in my own lane. I know what my lane is, and I'm trying to achieve more than what I did yesterday. Okay. So I hope that helps you. I will get the replay out on this probably within the next 48 hours. Hopefully this has been a good spin of hopefully saying, yes, I can do this. Don't forget to comment in the comments for the replay. Let me know if this has helped you. Team members, reach out if you need me. You've got my number. You have my email. And make sure if there's something that you need, your leaders are there. I am there for you. But it's hard for us when there's no action on your part, because I don't put a lot of effort into people who aren't showing me anything. I'm going to be that forward. And you know what? Not all my leaders may have my attitude there, but you're going to show me something before I start putting all my effort and my money and my time into you. So go forward and make those strides to do more than what you did last campaign. That's what I recommend for you. Okay. All right, everybody. Does anybody have any questions? Everybody okay? Anything else we need? Everybody good? We are good. Okay. Well, we will be back with our regular scheduled program actually on June 27th. Okay, which will be 2 Mondays from now. Okay. Everybody else good? Yes. Okay. Mwah. Love you guys. Stay
Feeling
cool
better, by the way.
Good, 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 good. Glad to hear it. Love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.